Hey, good Monday morning. Monday morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's been a busy Monday already, and I hope and pray that the rest of the day is good for all of us. But I want to thank everybody who came out last evening to the amphitheater here at St. Luke's. It was a beautiful evening of music. The weather was perfect, and it was a great crowd. Folks on both sides of the streets taking in the music, and the Carriers did a phenomenal job. So it was a blessing for sure, and hopefully we can bring more musical acts to Harrisville and do this for not just St. Luke's but for the community. So today I just want to talk about information, and you have that. I have that. Anytime we have a question, historical question, biblical question, scientific question, you can go to Google and you can bring it up and boom, right there it is. If I want to know what the weather is right now in Cairo, Egypt, all I have to do is put it in Google and it will tell me, or your weather app or whatever it is. And we have information at the drop of a hat. All we have to do is just put it in and boom, there it is. And sometimes I think, especially in 2022, it impacts the way we think, because we don't think the way we used to. The moment we have a question, the first thing we do is we just pull our phone out and we Google it instead of trying to remember and recall. And I think that's important for us. We need to remember and recall. It's good mental exercise. So this expert in the law in Luke chapter 10 comes to Jesus, speaking of, recall and remembering. He comes to Jesus, expert in the law. He knows everything. And he comes to Jesus wanting to question and put Jesus to the test. And he asked Jesus the question. He said, Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life? What must I do to inherit eternal life? And he already knew the answer, but he's talking to Jesus. Now, why did he challenge Jesus? Because Jesus wasn't like the religious people of his day. Jesus wasn't like the priest at the temple. Jesus didn't pamper to the wealthy. Jesus didn't take care of the people that believed the way he believed and dressed the way he dressed, or came from the places that he came from. Jesus came for all people. And so the religious people were concerned about that. Jesus didn't do what the religious people would do. Jesus would reach out his hand to the poor. Jesus would heal the sick. Jesus would touch the leper. All these things that the law told them not to do. And he would do this not just Monday through Friday. He would do it on the Sabbath as well, and the first day of the week. So the religious leaders wanted to challenge him to see what he really knew. And they asked the question, what must I do to inherit eternal life? Now, Jesus doesn't just give the answer, because this is what we do. We want to bestow our knowledge on people. We want people to believe, and this is how American Christianity is. If you travel around the world and you interact with Christians from different parts of the world, you see that they can think and rationalize their faith. But over here, we want to make little robots. We want people to repeat what we repeat. We want people to believe what we believe. And we don't allow that room for thought or thinking. And so when this person, this expert in the law, comes to Jesus and asks the question, what must I do to inherit eternal life? Jesus knew that he already knew the answer. And so instead of Jesus saying, well, you got to do this, you got to dress this way, you got to believe this way, you got to attend this church, or whatever it is that people use in America, he just asked the question back. He said, what is written in the law? Jesus knew that this expert knew what was written in the law. He said, what is written in the law? And not just that, but how do you read it? And notice what Jesus does. Jesus allows this expert in the law to share his understanding of how you get in to heaven or how you get eternal life. In the expert in law, he basically says, love the Lord your God with all your heart. He goes back to the Shema, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. But he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. And then Jesus answered. He said, you have answered correctly. Do this and you will live. Do this and you will live. And I'm just going to stop it there because Jesus then goes into the parable of the Good Samaritan, showing this expert in the law how to put this loving God, loving neighbor into practice, regardless of your religious text. Love the Lord your God. Love your neighbor. This is the message that we need today in America, in our communities, in our streets, in our cities. And Jesus says, do this and you will live. And I hope and pray that wherever you are, wherever we are, we can not only love God with all our heart, with all our soul, with all of our strength and all of our mind, but we can truly love our neighbor as we love ourselves. If we do this, we can make the world a better place for all people. Hey, this is Pastor Bill from St. Luke's United Methodist Church, Harrisville, West Virginia, Ritchie County, West Virginia. Wherever you are, I hope you're happy, I hope you're healthy, and I hope you're safe. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.